Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Well, I think, remember too, whenever we found the German Scheiser corn. Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
yeah. That's all it is.
The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. You know who it is. It's Adam. It's Matt. We're decaying with the boys. And this podcast is a work shoot that turned into a real shoot that's totally a work that became a shoot. So, I just want to know what you doing on September 19th around 2 p.m. You want to hang out with the reigning, defending, homebrew champion of the Berg? Well, you can. At the Homebrew Chill, it's scheduled to kick off at All Saints Brewing Company on September 19th when 20 homebrewers fill the event with over 60 different beers. VIP general admission and designated driver tickets are still available, but the stock is low. So head over to Eventbrite, that's EVENTBRITE.com, and search out Homebrew +Chill, and make sure you tell them the boys sent you. So, we are back. I'm back. COVID-free. I'm so happy. I'm COVID-free, but Adam's a fucking champion. Yeah. I'm so excited to be sitting across from the man of the duo of Bash Brew that took home the W. Tortuga and Fuego will be on taps at Penn Brewery. I don't know when that's going to happen, and we'll make sure we announce it. But just so you know, all is right with the world. Adam, you must be feeling like $1 million right now.
I feel like when The Miz won the world championship. Like, I didn't quite deserve it, but I'm happy it happened. Yeah, I mean, going into that tournament, I'm not even trying to be overly humble or anything. I was just trying to win the smoked beer category because there were two really, really steep, really good smoked beers I was against from friends of the podcast and friends of the brewery. So, yeah, I was just happy. I thought I just won the smoked category when they announced it. And I was like, oh, no, you just won the whole fucking thing with it.
It's like, oh, yeah, guess what? Now you get to go on a commercial setup, and everyone's going to be able to grab your beer. I don't know, man. I got emotional when I found out. Of course, I couldn't be there, but when you let me know, I got a little emotional. But you deserve it, man. You work really hard on this, and you just deserve it, man. So congratulations again, and I can't wait to see how this plays out and what it can bring to you. So congratulations again.
Thank you. And I just want to say, Jojitorium did really well, too, but there were some killer fucking IPAs at this event. Killer beers in general. Just really good stuff. A lot of new faces with new beers, and they were good. Yeah. So competition's going to be steep in the coming years, but I'm ready.
Looks like everyone's stepping their game up. But thank you to everyone who came out to support during the first stop on the Bash Brew Beer Fest Tour of 2021. Please don't forget, as the promo stated, we are going to be out at All Saints Brewing Company for the Homebrew and Chill event on September 19th. So please check out, you can check out our socials for links to the tickets, or you can just check it out on Facebook. I think they have their own Facebook page.
Yeah. Homebrew and Chill. And I'll be pushing it on the Bash Brew page and the Decaying with the Boys page really hard. Yeah. Starting this weekend. So.
We really want to get everyone back out there. Just a lot of fun seeing everybody and trying our stuff and talking with brewers again, and just seeing how, like, I think everyone that was on lockdown during COVID just figured out how to step their game up entirely. It's cool, man. Pittsburgh is becoming a brew mecca. We're starting to get there. We're starting to get recognized a lot for that. And I think it really is on display at the homebrew events because you're seeing the brains that can do whatever they want, what they bring to the table, and how it influences the pro brewers. So it's just an exciting time, man. Yeah. So, Adam, my understanding is, since you're like all industry and stuff now, that you've been able to go out there and procure for us some delicious beers that we're going to be sampling throughout this episode. So if you could please let us know for round one beers, however you want to say it, round one beers, put them together, round one beers. What are we drinking?
So today for round one and round two, we will be featuring beers that will be at the Barrel and Flow Fest next Saturday, September 11th. This is a really important beer fest for Pittsburgh, a really important beer fest for the world, and I'm not overstating it. The goal of this is to pair brewers with black artists or black breweries with black artists. They feature African Americans from every field, from baking to artwork to crafts to holistic medicine. I've even seen musicians are there, and then some of the best black breweries in the country are coming. It's a great event. I'm very proud that Pittsburgh has it. I'm very proud of Ed and Day putting this together years ago and turning it into what it is today. And this year they're doing if you have VIP tickets, you have a whole weekend of plans, September 10th, 11th, and 12th. But the main event is the 11th with a beer fest and some great music and some cool artists to check out and just a lot of interesting people to talk to. So I'm excited. But for beer number 1, we have Mindful's collab for the event. And they did theirs with Royally Fit, which is a holistic medicine and like health center here in Pittsburgh. So the Mindful beer is Perfection of Wisdom.
It's cool.
And it is a New England IPA.
Yeah.
And it's heavily features Centennial hops. They said they used whole cone Centennial on this.
Oh, wow.
And you should definitely get some notes of some juicy like pineapple and orange out of it. So let's see what we think.
And again, too, Barrel and Flow Fest. Sorry, guys. Barrel and Flow is kicking off that weekend in September 10th, 11th, and 12th. And if you want to find out how to get tickets, you can just search out Barrel and Flow. Actually, you can just Google it. It's getting so big now where there's national backing to it, as it should be.
Yeah.
So just search it out. Get your tickets. It's a fantastic event, and it's super important right now. We need to progress further as the craft beer industry, and this is a great step forward in doing that.
Yeah, it's nationally known, and I heard a recent interview with Day on Hop Nation USA where he's talking about it becoming internationally known. There's interest from Japan, there's interest from India about how do we do this in our country.
That's incredible.
It's really cool.
Jesus,
and it all stemmed from right here in Pittsburgh, thanks to his hard work. It makes Pittsburgh a destination for something other than sports, which I think is important.
Absolutely, yeah. We need to be more than just a football town. Yeah. We need to be a beacon of change, and I think that starts here with this. So, but to go back to the beer, you're right. Super, super punchy, super earthy. This is a great beer. You really get that Centennial, man.
It smells like over-ripened orange juice, like right off the aroma. And then, very bitter. Not going to lie, maybe my favorite Mindful brew I've ever had. Yeah. This is really good.
It's a bitter boy. I love it. And it has enough juicy notes at the end. And like I always say, it has the hook at the end. Like you want to have more. And I think that's, especially with the New England, you want to have that like the Lay's potato chip idea. Like I can't just have one. I got to have more. So, and I think it achieves that. This beer achieves that very well. And I could agree. Best Mindful I think I've had.
Yeah, you get a really strong dry resin right at the end.
Yeah,
that like dries out your mouth again, so you want to go back in for more. It's quite delightful.
Yeah. So thank you again to Mindful. This is a great collab, and I look forward to seeing the other beers that we have to feature out. So,
and also I did not mention 6.2 is the ABV on this one.
So not gonna crush you. It's a decent sipper.
The lighter of our two today.
Yes. The other one, I'm like, because of who I am and what I consume, I'm super excited for the second one. So, things that I wasn't excited for was the Woodley versus Paul boxing card that took place this past weekend on the 29th of August. So, just off the rip, we tied on Bets of Doom, Adam. We tied, but here's my offer to you. Because we're going to celebrate a lot of things today, I want to... and we split this. I want to just move this to the next Bets of Doom and play double down.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
I'll accept that challenge.
So here's the problem, though, because since you've just agreed to it, I'm going to tell you what the punishment is so you know the stakes are high.
Okay.
So if you remember an episode or two ago, we talked about the Mount Rushmore of pumpkin spice crap that we would bring to a friend's house to consume, right? Yeah. So the loser has to consume those things.
Like all of them, or just the four we put up?
The four we put up.
Okay.
Now, one will have to change around because I don't think anyone's going to be able to bring lube and consume it.
No, I don't think lube made our...
It didn't?
No, it didn't.
It should have. But if it didn't... Okay, so we'll go back and we'll see what made the top four, and the loser... unfortunately, has to consume these things, so I'm going to have to be on my Amazon game.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
I want to back out.
No backing out. You shook my hand, kind of. Verbally. So let's break down this card real quick.
Let's do it.
It was actually a decent card. There weren't too many surprises here, so let's start. They actually didn't put the one fight on there that we talked about in the result. They kind of just like swept it under the rug. It was the man with four names getting his ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't like it was so bad that they didn't even put it on like CBS or anything.
We both didn't pick him. So
no, we both didn't pick him, so we won that one. So let's just say whatever, man with 4 names, go be a man with 4 names. So we'll start off with the cruiserweight fight. It's Tommy Fury taking on Anthony Taylor for a 4-round bout. I can only tell you that this match was boring. Fury just ducked and dodged a lot while Taylor tried to throw furious overhands. He was completely unprepared for this fight, and Tommy Fury just kind of like landed significant shots, danced around a little bit, and took a 2 unanimous decision for most significant shots at the end of 4 rounds. Nothing exciting.
Yeah,
here.
short and boring.
Yeah, short and boring.
But yeah, that I hear coming out of that, Tommy Fury might line up to go against, not to spoil what happens in the main event, but everybody already knows, against Jake Paul in the future, which, I mean, seems like probably a good opponent for Jake Paul since it's a boxer, but he's obviously not super skilled yet.
It's like a boxer, but a boxer of Ben Askren's ilk. Yeah. So then he'll be like, I fought a real boxer, so what now? Like, you didn't, though. Because if you could, I'd like you to fight any one of these 2 gentlemen out of this next match, because Montana Love took on Ivan Baranchyk in a light welterweight bout where this is where I took home my first W, because Montana Love defeated Ivan by TKO in the 7th round, 3 minutes in. So kind of we were talking about this when we were breaking it down, and you were right that Ivan definitely had the charisma of it, like the skill, the back end of it. He definitely had a good fight plan coming in. But I truly think Montana, if you went skill for skill, Montana is not going to match up with Ivan. But Montana's gas tank, his youth, and then that excitement for the first pay-per-view for him carried him.
It was age over experience.
Absolutely.
Which we both agreed, like either he's going to have the butterflies or he's going to flourish.
Yeah.
And you bet flourish, I bet butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win.
I took a leap here because usually I don't really bet on rookies because usually I like to rely on veterans, but Ivan fell victim to Montana Love's power and his youth. I'd love to see what Montana does next. I think he has a bright future here, especially taking out a legend like Ivan Baranchyk. We'll just see what happens from here. Good luck to Ivan. I think he's hanging him up. I think this is one of his swan song matches.
Yeah, he was pretty sure at least going into the fight that this might be it for him.
Yeah.
So.
And what a good way to go out, man. You didn't go down like a punk. You went down swinging. It was a good match. I really enjoyed it. But, yeah, Montana Love.
Like our next fight.
Yeah. Oh, our next fight. Amazing that they left this one on the heavyweights. Mr. Daniel Dubois, because I'm going to call him what you call him because he fucking destroyed Joe Cusimano. TKO in the first round under a minute. I mean, old swinging bricks Daniel came flying out of the corner and decimated Cusimano. Decimated. There's no other way to say it.
No.
Yeah.
Just killed him.
Dismantled him. There was no way that Cusimano had any answers for anything that Dubois was bringing to the fight here. Big applause for Daniel in this one. You came out with a good fight plan, which was, I'm going to go fucking crazy and just knock this dude out. And it worked. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not really a test, though. I think Dubois didn't really get tested in this fight. So
give him somebody else.
Yeah, give him somebody else. Give him somebody else with a better chin and maybe a better fight plan. Maybe. So we move on to a match that has come under some scrutiny, I think, for some reason. But Amanda Serrano took on Yemalith Mercado, with Serrano defeating Mercado by unanimous decision at the end of 10 rounds. I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, too, that if Yemalith had good defense, she could survive the distance. And she did. She ate shots. Let's not get it twisted. But Serrano couldn't get in tight enough to terminate, to completely end this fight. Mercado had a good fight plan. The unfortunate nature is Serrano's offense was so significant that Yemalith could not get in any offense of her own. Yeah, eating critical shots at critical times and not being able to mount much of an offense. Yeah, and the decision to me made sense. But there are some people saying that Serrano shouldn't have won as many rounds as she did. But if you look back at the fight.
I mean, okay, she should have won 6 instead of 7. Like, she's still a UD. Like, still.
There's no doubt in my brain that Serrano dominated that fight. I mean, if we had time to go through a round by round, we might see there's some indiscrepancies here. But when you look at if you look at it how most casual fans look at the highlights, Serrano's throwing bombs and Mercado's covering up.
And just couldn't throw.
Couldn't throw, yeah. I give a lot of credit to Yamalit Mercado's chin because she ate some significant shots and didn't go down. So we move on to the main event here. So Tyron Woodley took on Jake Paul, who sucks funfetti cocks in his mom's basement. Thanks, Adam, for the edit.
Got it. Did that last night.
So Jake Paul, if you don't know by now, defeated Tyron Woodley by split decision at the end of 8 rounds. This was, I hate to say it, the right decision. Jake Paul quite literally showed that he is a boxer fighting a guy who's an MMA fighter. Tyron Woodley, if Tyron Woodley had the next step in his boxing, he would have dismantled Jake Paul. But Jake Paul, despite the fact not as strong as Tyron Woodley or has the same gas tank as Tyron Woodley, he knows how to finish. And that's what you saw here. Lots of setup from Tyron Woodley to lead in. So, like, for instance, Tyron's jab would expose Jake Paul's open guard, but Tyron didn't know how to come back in with his right. So he would expose Jake Paul to have a critical shot.
But then have nothing to follow it up.
Nothing to follow up because he's not used to that. He's used to jab, shoot in for a takedown.
Right.
And you can see the hesitation in Tyron Woodley. That's not to say Tyron fought a bad fight. He fought a fight like he would fight a fight if he was an MMA fighter. Again, going back to the whole...
And took it to a split decision.
Yeah.
So it's not like he got dominated.
Not at all. Not at all. He just didn't know how to finish his combinations. He didn't know how to get in for a critical shot. So I give a lot of credit to Jake Paul in this match because he just showed that he, between these two, is a more complete boxer, not a complete fighter, a complete boxer in Tyron Woodley. I still believe that if Jake Paul is given an amateur boxer that's hungry enough, he's going to get eaten alive. Someone who can finish those shots after exposing him. But I tell you what, though, Jake Paul, big kid. He looked big, man. He's looking like he's in pretty good shape. Tyron Woodley is no slouch either. He looked like he was shredded. You could tell they both worked really hard for this match, and they put on a good show. I mean, it was great. And then at the end, too, Wholesome Me, I really liked it where Jake Paul's mom and Tyron Woodley's mom embraced in the ring because there was a lot of back and forth about people in each other's camps talking to each fighter's mothers, which I don't like that at all. So it was nice to see they put that all aside and they hugged in the ring. And it was a good payday for everybody. Everyone made a shit ton of money off of this. So did Showtime. But I want to see what Jake Paul does next. I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued.
I want to see if Woodley gets that tattoo.
He won't. He won't. There's no way because he respects himself way too much. And he didn't get decimated. Yeah. So I wouldn't get a tattoo of anybody on me who couldn't knock me down.
I saw the after. I was watching the after fight interviews and Paul's like, "Oh, I got a tattoo artist right here. If you tattoo it now, you can get a rematch."
I mean, that's a smart play on his part. I mean, if one thing you can't deny that Jake Paul can really sell a fight.
Right.
He took like Nate Robinson. Who the fuck wants to see Nate Robinson box? Nobody. But then they sold like 500,000 pay-per-views.
Right.
So I mean, like he made them want to watch Nate Robinson fight. So yeah.
That's why I think that Fury fight is going to kind of make sense because he's a reality TV star, I guess. I don't watch whatever show he was on. But then he's also from the Fury family. So, like, the marketing team has an easy push with that. I mean, as far as, like, low-level boxers, that might be your way to go. I also heard waiting in the wings possibly for next year is Nate Diaz.
Oh, I would love to. Nate Diaz has, like...
Which I would, I'll actually pay money to watch that.
He has that, like, I mean, he's quite literally like the laid back Boston, like, I'll just jab you over a Sam Adams kind of body language. And he has a chin made out of diamonds.
He looks like one of the heads on Easter Island.
Yeah. He doesn't go down. He takes all these, you have to literally kill the Diaz brothers to stop them. And no one's done it yet. Even in their losses, it's a bloodbath. Every loss those Diaz brothers have had in MMA, it has been a bloodbath. So, hey, man, Jake Paul, if you really want to see if you can knock somebody down, give it a whirl with old Nick Diaz.
Old funfetti.
Could you imagine the promos between those two?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great.
It'd be sick.
Oh, God. So we move on to a card that I cannot wait to see. So we're going to look at All Out. From AEW, which goes on, we're recording here on Saturday on the 4th, and it goes off on Sunday the 5th. And this card is stacked, and there are surprises waiting in the wings. Tony Khan has promised an overabundance of just completely incredible debuts. Tons of rumors here, but we're going to go through the card. We're not doing Bets of Doom. We're not going to do it on this one. I want to save that, but I just want to go through this card and see what you think, okay?
Sounds good.
So we got a buy-in. So we should say, too, there was a buy-in before where it was going to be the Casino Battle Royale between there's 21 women. They're going to fight for a spot to take on the AEW champion, and that has been pushed to the main card because, Pac and Andrade, that match has been pushed to Rampage due to some injuries and travel concerns for Pac.
Yeah.
So, great match. It's going to be a fantastic match on Rampage, but it's not going to be featured on All Out. So, All Out had to go all in. That's what I was trying to say. And they moved, like I said, the Casino Battle Royal into the main card, but they put the buy-in match here as a 10-man tag team match. So we're going to see the best friends comprised of Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, and Jurassic Express with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and of course our little buddy Marco Stunt, taking on the Hardy Family Office, which is Matt Hardy, Private Party, which is Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, and the Hybrid 2, which is Angelico and Jack Evans. I can tell you right now, I wish I could take this match and take like sections of it out.
Yeah, like one whole team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And half of the other.
I want to take out Jurassic Express. Gone.
I'd rather it just be Best Friends versus Jurassic Express.
That would be great.
Yeah.
They put on great matches.
Yeah.
But I would say if I could really break this down, I would like to take Jurassic Express out and I would take out Private Party and then run from there.
See, I don't like Jack Evans either. So like that whole team is tough for me.
Yeah. Well, I like Angelico, man.
I do like Angelico.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you look at this, you got to know that the baby faces are going to take this home.
I would think so. Yeah. Since it's just a buy-in match, it's a big 10-man
right
kerfuffle. I think
I like that word.
I think
kerfuffle.
That's the best thing I could use to describe it. Yeah, I think the faces are going to go over. Of course, they're pushing Orange Cassidy. They're pushing Jungle Boy right now real hard. Yeah. So, yeah, I think they take the win.
It's weird, though, because Orange Cassidy's in that weird setup with Matt Hardy right now.
Yeah, I don't know what
they're doing right there.
Just buying time, I guess.
It would be way cooler if Orange Cassidy was tied up with Angelico.
Yep.
I think that'd be a way cooler because Angelico is such a devious heel, and he has all those submission holds that I've never seen him do the same submission hold twice. Like he just like busts out new stuff all the time. So it'd be cool to watch Orange Cassidy and Angelico to go after it. So we'll see what develops out of this one.
I'm sad the Blade didn't make it in for the.
I am too
for the Hardy Party, the Hardy Family Office.
Yeah, well, I like the Hardy Party. Like, yeah, that's the Hardy Party. I just like that Matt Hardy just buys all these people. Like, no one sees that as weird. He just keeps throwing money at people.
If it was the Hardy Party, there would be a lot of nose drugs.
A lot of matches against Sting that won't air again from TNA. So they moved the Casino Battle Royale, of course, like I said, the Women's Casino Battle Royale. It's going to be, and here's a long list of names here: Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, The Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, Ty Conte, Diamante, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura, Jade Cargill, Kira Hogan, Leela Hirsch, Kylan King, Abaddon, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Anna Jay, Rio, Sky Blue, and one woman to be announced, which... I mean, I think we both know who it's going to be.
Good last-minute editing getting all those women, because I knew that Abaddon and the Hirsch, I knew they just got added. Now you threw them in the notes.
It's because I care.
You're a good man. Well, I think for this one, we should say who we think is going to win and who we think the mystery woman is.
Okay. I think the winner of this one, if I had to really pick someone who needs a push at this point, you're going to look at Ty Conti. I think Ty Conte is going to take this one. I think it's going to be down to her and Hikaru Shida because you're going to want to see Shida kind of pass the torch on to Conti.
You're a dum-dum.
I'm not a dum-dum.
No, keep going.
I'm not dum-dum.
You're a dum-dum.
And then I think the woman to be announced is Ruby Soho. Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, I could see. I think you're right. I think it is Ruby Soho coming in as the surprise entrant here because it just... With the winner of this getting a title shot, it doesn't make sense for her to insert herself right into the title picture later on in the evening. So I agree with you there. But I totally disagree with who's going to win this match.
That's okay.
Thunder Rosa, 10 out of 10. She just got beat down by two people on what the fuck's their show called? Dynamite.
Yeah, Dynamite. Yeah, one of their.
So
4
she's going to
shows.
avenge. She's going to avenge that and win. Because I mean, they're going to want to rewind back that Britt Baker Thunder Rosa magic now that she's signed and now that Britt has the title. So I think they're going to go to that program next.
Let me tell you why I think you're wrong, and not because I think that you're dumb. And I don't want to think that.
I think you're an idiot for who you're picking. You're a dumb.
Wow, thanks. So what I think I want to see happen here, and I think it would be a smart move for them, they bring in Ruby Soho. They have her feud with Thunder Rosa. That way you don't have either one of them win. You leave that to go, and then you can have all roads going through Shida to get to the championship. So you can build that Britt Baker rematch while Britt Baker then goes through to dismantle some of these other girls that are on here. Like Jade Cargill, she has to pin Jade because Jade's talking all that shit. She has to go through Penelope Ford, unfortunately, and she has to go through Red Velvet again. She has to.
Who has to go through Red Velvet again?
Britt Baker.
No.
Britt Baker. I'm telling you, man.
Up until Red Velvet face planted herself last week.
True. Oh, poor thing.
I think she's done for a while. Red Velvet's going to stick with Hater for a while, I think. I think that's just going to be
cool.
like a side program.
And let's not forget about Anna Jay. She's got to get back in the mix too here eventually. She was
That's true.
She's catching fire before she got injured. So
That's true. That's actually a big return that kind of went under the radar. She's coming back.
Very much so. But we'll see what happens here. I don't think I'm dumb.
I think you're dumb. I think they're going to introduce women's tag belts, and Anna Jay and Ty Conte are going to take the tag belts.
That'd be cool. I would really enjoy that.
So I think Conte has other plans. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve a shot at the title. She just doesn't deserve it over Thunder Rosa right now. I think the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker feud is still in the back of everybody's minds.
It is.
And you can just light that up right away for
you can
Full Gear.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think you could have a little hitch on the way. I think you could have some build up, have some interference going on, have a little more of like the heel versus the anti-hero. That's what you want. Because Thunder Rosa is not a face. She's an anti-hero. That she's not a baby face.
You could say the same about Britt though. I mean, Britt is definitely booked as a heel, but she's over. She's over
as fuck, man. She's super over, but all of her shit, she's a heel.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I'd love to see it.
Well, onto a match where we will agree, I think.
Oh yeah. So John Moxley taking on Satoshi Kojima, which is a fantastic match. I like this one. I tried my best. I didn't want to. Here's the thing. I was going to butcher it with my Pittsburgh accent, so I decided to kind of give it some prominence with my
terrible accent?
Terrible Japanese accent. I refuse to John Cena this. I'm not going to apologize to anyone.
Oh, my goodness.
So how would you say it?
Satoshi Kojima.
Okay.
Without an accent.
Okay, well then go ahead. You give me your prediction then, since you can say things so correctly.
I think Moxley's going to win this, and I think it'll be a good match. My only hope is that John Moxley has to eat a Kojima clothesline because he throws a brutal short arm and long form clothesline. That, oh man, I think Moxley could sell it like a champ.
And Kojima has been known to take people out of wrestling because he'll give people concussions with his clotheslines. Yeah. There was a great story. I think it was Mark Calloway, so The Undertaker. He talked about at one point where he and Kojima did something whenever WWE had a Japan promotion. Then he told Kojima, "I don't want to take any of your clotheslines," and Kojima did it anyway, and gave The Undertaker a soft tissue concussion.
You and Mark just on first name basis?
Yeah, me and Mark Calloway.
Since he retired.
What's up, Mark? Good to hear from you, buddy. Hope to get you on the podcast soon. Speaking of legends that probably should have retired, Paul White, also formerly known as The Big Show, taking on QT Marshall, if you want to say it like a dum-dum, with Aaron Solo and Nick Comoroto as his side cards here. From what do they call themselves? Just The Factory?
The Factory, yes.
Yeah. There you go. It's just dumb. This is a match I didn't think needed to happen.
Nope. This is great for Elevation.
This is super good for Elevation. Yes, this will push that promotion to the roof.
Or waste 10 minutes of my time on a Dynamite at some point.
I see Paul White is going to lose this match to QT Marshall because you're not going to only have interference from Aaron Solo and Nick Comoroto. Now you have all the interference from the Gun Club.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Billy, how could you?
Yeah, Billy.
Mr. Ass. You're an asshole.
So it's only setting up a feud for Paul White and
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn.
So maybe the only thing I want to see less than this.
Yeah. Hey, Raw 2005. It's Colin. It wants its match back.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, this match obviously booked for QT Marshall and the Factory and the Gun Club to all bump around Paul White while he leans on a rope.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw his little bit of action on Wednesday night. He looked rough. Man can barely move. He's looking like Andre at this point. He's just going to lean and watch people bump around him.
That's going to be tough to watch, too, because I really love Paul White. I loved Paul White.
Especially when he was in such good shape like 2 or 3 years ago.
He got cut. Like, he was like...
For the Shaq match.
Yeah.
That never happened.
Still could, though. I mean, there's like for some reason, AEW still keeps like airing all the...
Oh, no. Not once everybody sees him in the ring. It won't happen after Sunday.
So that's going to probably be the match where I go and reload on beer.
That'll be my piss break.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Paul. Unless, you know what? We've said this before about matches on these cards being, like, just pissy.
I'll go pee real quick when he's entering, because his new music sucks, too.
Also, too. Yeah, dude. I missed the Maylene and the Sons of Disaster. Like,
yeah.
Well, I missed that, dude. I know Dallas is in the worst health ever, and he's still recovering, but can you just go prop him up to a microphone real quick and have the Sons come back out and put on some new music for Paul White? Because this new music sucks balls. I can't do it.
Wow.
So, moving on to a match here that, again, I don't think anyone really wanted, but it's a good swan song for Chris Jericho. So
he's winning.
The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Chris Jericho, is taking on Maxwell Jacob Freeman, or my jerk-off friend, in a singles match with the stipulation that if Jericho loses, he must retire from in-ring competition. You're saying that Jericho's going to win. I think Jericho's going to lose.
I'm lying.
Okay. I think this is a great way for Jericho to find, like, as he's always said he wanted to do, just make his way out to let younger stars take over. And what better way to finally put over MJF as the legend killer? Like, that's what AEW needed. They needed someone like a Randy Orton who took out legends. And this is a good way for MJF to start that. And it's going to push Jericho into more commentator positions where he's really good. Everyone's like, he shouts all of it. That's how he talks. That's just how he talks. And he's going to do really well at it. And can you only imagine the draw that he has being an announcer?
Right.
The fucking crowd pops when he comes out. He's like JR. When JR comes out to the Oklahoma fight song, everyone pops. So if Jericho's going to keep coming out to Judas to go do commentary, the fans are going to pop, man. It's fantastic. So, Jericho, bless your heart for doing the thing you always promised you would do and making way for younger talent. MJF, I hope that you can carry the torch. I think that you can.
Yeah, I think you can, too. Yeah. I think this is a well-deserved push for MJF here. Chris has been losing some steps, but is still entertaining. But yeah, I think this is the end of the road for him. It makes no sense to have MJF beat him 3 times and then him win the final match. Like that's not a conclusion to this story.
No.
So it only makes sense that MJF wins. And also in multiple interviews, Chris Jericho has said that the Allstate, specifically the Allstate Arena in Chicago, which sad this isn't there. The Punk return was there, but too bad this isn't. He's always said that was his favorite venue to fight in. So at least he's in Chicago. It just makes sense that he's going to go out on this card.
And I will say this off the rip. If this is Jericho's retirement match, if he retires from in-ring competition, I'll get a little emotional. I like Chris Jericho. I always have.
I won't. I'll be drinking bubbly for MJF.
So, moving on to a match that I think is going to be fantastic. The outcome is very predictable, but the match should be pretty good. Yeah, Miro coming in against Eddie Kingston, our friend, our just wonderfully celebrated
friend of the podcast, fan
podcast.
Of Billy Strings,
Eddie Kingston coming in for a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. Now, before I saw Eddie Kingston give Miro an exploder suplex, that was phenomenal, and seeing how strong Eddie Kingston was, I was like, this is going to be like a squash match again for the TNT title. Not now. Miro's winning. Let's get it out of our brains right now. Miro wins, but I'm going to tell you right now, Eddie Kingston's going to push Miro to his absolute limits.
Yeah, I mean, if he can give, what's his name, Shoddy Lee?
Yeah.
Make him look that good on offense.
Yeah.
Not saying he's not a talented guy, but
Right.
made him look good on offense. Made Fuego del Sol look like a threat for a couple seconds. He's going to make... I mean, him and Eddie are just going to go all out. I think this is going to be a really interesting, like strong, almost Japanese strong style striking type match.
Oh, yeah.
With some big slams. And yeah, but Miro going over in the end. He just hasn't had the title long enough to even, no matter who you throw here, shouldn't be a threat.
Yeah.
Quite yet.
There needs to be, after this, I think you need to start finding a good story build for Miro.
And what a great freaking gimmick he has now, being, what is he saying?
The Redeemer.
The Redeemer
God's
and God's favorite champion.
Yeah.
Just a phenomenal character he's got going right now. Eddie Kingston on Dynamite. It was a minute long, but a great freaking.
That's all you needed.
Yeah, he said you can go to your God and pray for forgiveness when I beat you. I mean, just freaking amazing fire from Eddie Kingston as always.
Love it. And I think here too, and I'm going to put a prediction out here, I think you see another surprise from AEW. I think Miro's in life, real life, CJ Lee comes out. Lana, formerly known as
CJ Parker.
CJ Parker.
AJ Lee.
Yeah, see, I'm just combining names. So Ms. Parker.
Boy, would they have. Man, just mix those two together. Wow.
Yeah. Woo. His real life wife is going to come out, Ms. CJ Parker. I think it's set up to be. He cut a couple promos where he like talks somebody off camera and it seems to be his wife. Unless he's teasing, which is good job on.
And as he said in his promo, he only stays on his back for her.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's right. We're all about monogamy in the Jojitorium. So that's going to be a great match. I think it actually could rival for match of the night. It could.
It could.
It could.
It definitely could.
So we move on to a steel cage match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, where we see the Young Bucks taking on the Lucha Brothers with
Go ahead.
Penta's I can't even say his last name, Alex Abrahantes.
I think you got it.
Oh, look at that! I did it. Thank you. So he's, if you don't know who that is, if you're new to AEW, he's the guy who likes to go, Penta says you can go fuck your mom or whatever, because Penta just like rambles off in Spanish, hurling what I only can assume is like vitriol at people, and then Alex Brontes has to be like, ooh, how do I make this more
Penta says make sure you take Gatorade home to your mom because she's dehydrated.
Everybody down in like Mexico City who's watching it on telecast on Fight TV is going, oh my god, bro. That's not what he said, bro.
Matt's second accent of the day.
So,
oh my god.
I really think here is where you're going to see a swerve. I really believe the Lucha Brothers are taking home the titles here. I think that it's time to see a changing of the guard. And I want to see the Lucha Brothers win this. And I think I'm just saying it with my heart. Mm-hmm. I want it to be so real that I want to say it out loud that the Lucha Brothers take home the titles. Because at this point, the Young Bucks have reached that pinnacle of heel where people are like starting to get sick of it. There's too much dominance from the elite. And I think at this point, you got to start taking some of their power away, which worked for Kenny Omega when he took away the Impact title and gave it to Christian. It made him feel more defeatable, if that's even a word. And then the Young Bucks, I think you do the same. And then you can start the slow implosion of the elite, which would be great. Is it going to happen? Probably not, but I hope that it does.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword because if you look at the card, if I pick the Young Bucks, no titles are changing hands on this card, which seems weird.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're losing them yet. I think Brandon Chicken Cutlet's going to get involved.
Yeah.
I think the Young Bucks are going to pull it out just simply because I think they're waiting and everybody in the elite's going to lose their titles at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't. Yeah. So spoiler alert, I don't think Kenny's losing either tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think when they lose them, it'll be that feel-good story where Cowboy wins and maybe Dark Order takes home the tag belts all on the same, maybe at Full Gear, hoping for Full Gear.
With Adam Cole being the new leader of the Dark Order alongside of Bray Wyatt, like because everyone who leaves WWE has to be
Buddy Murphy.
Oh no!
The drops down like Sting,
and Ruby Soho comes out and she puts up the fucking the Dark Order symbol.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Young Bucks in this one still. It's I on a side note, I pray for Rey Fenix's health. I can see him jumping off the steel cage like 4 times in this match.
4? Fucking 10.
Did you see the end of Dynamite?
Yes.
Where Nick Jackson was just running back and forth, super kicking them both in the head. It looked really brutal.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This match is going to be so good. Oh, yes.
I think this might be match of the night.
It could be. I really wish,
if you're into flippy shit, this might be the match.
Yeah, if you want that like cycle tag and everything, you're not going to get that here. This is more of like a bedlam.
This is going to be like a super it's going to be lucha libre style. It's
super-
going to be more of
super
a
lucha libre.
skilled dance with stunts than
Yes.
than what Miro and Eddie Kingston's going to be. But
Strong style.
Right.
Yeah. Moving on to another match here for a title, the AEW Women's World Championship is on the line with Dr. Breaker DMD with Rebels or Sidecart taking on Chris Statlander, which I can only assume Chris is going to bring out someone from Best Friends too. There's no rumor of it or anything, but she's going to bring out somebody. It's going to be whatever. But we also have to assume too that Rebel will also probably have Jamie Hayter somewhere in the curtain as well.
right. I'd imagine Statlander maybe brings out. Who's the guy that's injured from Best Friends? Not Chuck Taylor, but
Trent
Beretta. Yeah,
Yes.
I think Trent might come out with.
A good return for
Yeah,
Trent.
because he's hurt. He can't do. I mean, but he could stand there and be supportive.
Right. Britt Baker takes us home. Chris Statlander is not the person, and she's going to drop the title too. This is
Not yet.
Yeah.
Chris Statlander is a champion someday, I think, but not
not tonight.
yet. She's not hot
Yeah.
enough yet.
Nope. She's getting a lot of push. She's doing a really good job here, but I think what you're going to, and this is where I think the Jamie Hayter thing's going to come into play, because I think Chris Statlander is going to have to beat up Jamie Hayter a few times, or vice versa, have a good feud with her to get back to Britt Baker at a later time.
I agree with that in
Yeah.
Chris Statlander. I do not agree with that in Red Velvet anymore.
Yeah.
Red Velvet back down the card.
Yeah, that's why she's only
Jumping on the fire pole to the bottom.
I'd watch it. But so we move on to the match that I can't. If you love wrestling, you're looking forward to this match. CM Punk versus Darby Allin, a singles match. No frills, no stipulations, nothing. There's nobody feuding with either one of these teams right now that's going to run in and cause interference. This is going to be
Yes.
a legitimate one-on-one match.
Even Sting said he's staying in the back.
Yep.
So.
Give CM Punk, the living legend. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's like, "Oh, he doesn't deserve." Yes, he does. He's fantastic. Shut up. He's getting what he deserves. And Darby Allin, one of the best young talents in professional wrestling, Indian and professional combined, doesn't matter, is getting his chance to showcase with CM Punk. And it's going to be a lights out match. Darby Allin's going to put his health on the line. Like he always does.
Oh, yeah.
And CM Punk is going to sell that coffin drop and he's going to kick the fuck out.
Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I don't think he's losing.
No. CM Punk's winning.
Allen's got to hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. CM Punk's winning this match. It's in Chicago. It's his first match back. Got to make him look strong. Got to pop the hometown crowd. But this is where they need to bring either a new person in or set up his next feud immediately.
Yeah.
As he's celebrating, lights go out. Adam Cole comes out. Malachi Black kicks him in the face. I don't care what you do. But somebody's got to... His next opponent needs to be established now.
It's not going to be Malachi Black because he's still locked.
He's going through
Nightmare
the damn
Factory.
Nightmare Factory. Yeah, so this is where Adam Cole...
Or Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, it's not a big enough name.
Yeah, but Buddy Murphy's...
And I think Buddy Murphy's gonna, from the vignettes and like all the, I mean, I get really into nerdy stuff on Reddit and the wrestling forums. It looks like Buddy Murphy's gonna come in and join Malachi Black in like some sort of faction.
Smart.
Because like how his promos were set up in the prison, just like Malachi Black's, they were like in the same prison. So he's either gonna feud with him right off the bat or like join him. Yeah,
which would be cool. That'd be a great tag team. CM Punk takes this one home, and Darby Allin's going to really showcase hard on this one. Like you prayed for Ray Phoenix, I'm going to pray for Darby Allin because that dude's going to do something extraordinary.
I'm praying for Punk because he hasn't taken a bump in 30 years.
Well,
if he has to take a coffin drop on the outside through a table.
Oh my God! Well, we always prayed for Sting, and he took that power bomb from Brian Cage, and he made it out okay.
Now he's going through tables again.
Jesus Christ. Kenny Omega, for the headlining match here, Kenny Omega coming in with the AEW Championship takes on Christian Cage for that championship. And the writing's on the wall. Christian Cage is not winning this match, which is okay. That's fine. I think Christian Cage, if you've looked at it so far, he's doing a very good job in Impact. He's really carrying the banner well. Yeah. He's pushing the viewership of that program up. Like, that's what they wanted to do with him. And Kenny Omega has to retain because he has to lose to fucking Cowboy.
Shit.
So Kenny Omega will win dirty.
Yeah, I hate to say, like, the main event of this card I'm not that excited for. Like, we've seen it. I think it will be surprisingly good. Mm-hmm. But I was just never excited about Christian taking this spot. It makes sense that he's in this spot.
Yeah.
Especially since he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna win either. But yeah, it just really, really feels like a stopgap at the end, a stopgap match at the end of your really big card. Like, Who knows? But maybe you get another debut here to send everybody home.
Tama Tonga.
Super jazzed.
Tama Tonga.
Oh,
Tama Tonga. Please, God, Tama Tonga.
I'll be in my bedroom for 24 hours.
I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Until Tama comes out and decapitates Kenny Omega. Tama Tonga, please. So, from Buckle to Bell, the boys bring you the best wrestling news in the biz. Adam Cole is a legit free agent. There were concerns before. I think there's some concerns now, too. But it looks as if Cole is a 100% free agent now. It sounds like Cole is selling himself to a bunch of different promotions at the same time to see what the biggest payday is. He just recently, I think it was as of yesterday, had a meeting with Vince McMahon. Cole's big sticking point here is that he will not forego his Twitch channel. He won't submit to that third party, whatever they're calling it, where wrestlers can't do anything for extra cash. Cole has made it clear that he is not giving up anything that he does on third party because it's a huge revenue stream for him, first and foremost.
Right.
Secondarily, he connects with his fans on a more intimate level, and he really likes that. So I don't see Adam Cole re-signing with WWE unless they give him a ton of incentive, which Vince isn't going to do. He doesn't give up. Vince doesn't negotiate with terrorists, I guess is the best way to say it. He's just not going to fucking do it. And also, too, hey, Mr. Cole, there is a pay-per-view happening on September 5th that you'd have a lot of fun at. So if you want to come on out to Chicago and get some pizza and kick the shit out of somebody, we'd really like to see that. Speaking of kicking the shit out of people, Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax, they have a shoot that's a work, but also a shoot that might not have been a shoot because it was a work that became a shoot. My brain hurts. But on the last edition of Monday Night Raw, Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax engaged in a confusing match, even had Mick Foley scratching his head, with Foley tweeting, basically, what is this match? What's going on right now? You saw Flair and Jax giving each other the stiffest shots I've seen women give each other in the ring since, like, Gail Kim wrestled in TNA, because she used to stiff kick people, like, hard, in Beth Phoenix. But not only that, you saw Flair half-assing into moves for Jax, which clearly pissed off Nia. She was throwing, like, elbows, hard slaps, big chops, and then dropping Flair on her shoulders and her neck.
Yeah.
It's completely...
Yeah, Flair was totally sandbagging. Even running the rope, she was just, like, lightly jogging.
It's like, oh, well.
But they got into that one exchange where, like, Flair, like, face-washed her a little bit.
Yeah.
And Nia just looks at her and goes, don't.
Yep.
And then Flair said something back, and she did, like, 2 palm strikes, like, really hard.
Sick.
And you can, in my opinion, you can tell it's a freaking shoot, because go back and watch it and look at the ref's face.
He's like, oh, shit.
He's like, oh! And then he gets really excited.
You can almost tell in his face, he's like, I can't stop him.
Yeah.
And it's going to take at least a whole minute before anyone from the back is called out to stop this, because... I mean, we constantly poke fun at Nia Jax for being completely unsafe and Charlotte Flair from being so over for no reason whatsoever. They're both fucking strong as hell, dude.
Right.
Nia Jax is huge. She's strong. Charlotte Flair is strong as fuck. Like, you're going to need people to separate them, and they probably could have got to some serious blows here. But the funny thing is that insiders say after the match, the two were seen speaking to each other in the back like as if nothing ever happened. Right. They were able to say that was in the ring, we leave it there, and that's it. We are going to be looking at a Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair title match here soon. And hopefully, for the sake of the promotion, they don't fall back into this, because you're not going to be able to sell pay-per-views with this kind
I
of
would
shit.
just drop, after the way these two acted, I would just drop that whole plan. I don't know how long till you have the next pay-per-view, but just figure something else out.
Yeah,
just
have to.
Put Nikki back in there or something.
Please.
Like, jeez, this is awful.
Yeah. I had a longer thing here for Eva Marie. Continues to be unimpressive, but honestly, she doesn't sell. She can't fight. She can't talk. She can't do anything. So that's the whole thing.
That's all she deserves.
Yeah. Boom. See ya. Braun Strowman, now known as Adam Shearer, is going to make his first appearance post WWE. So he is teamed up with EC3 for the Free the Narrative 2, The Monster in Us All. It looks as if Mr. Shearer is going to take on EC3 on a one-on-one match. It's going to be streaming on Vimeo for $10. It's going to be on October 1st. It seems to be, it might be more of a cinematic match, which EC3 is known for. Very creative guy.
Yeah.
He's a good writer. He's a good actor. So it'll be cool to see him. And Adam Shearer, for as much as people gave him a bunch of shit for the whole choo-choo train thing, which we did
That
too.
wasn't his fault.
That was not his fault, and he did very well with it.
He still is Mr. Big Choo Choo to me, though.
Big Choo
And I
Choo.
think you'll agree with me. I don't know if you've seen his recent Instagram post, but he's like the second most jacked Adam you know right now. No, dude,
For sure.
Dude looks like Bane from
Yeah,
Batman,
man.
dude. He looks gigantic.
He just took all that time off, and he's like, I'm not going to eat food on the road anymore.
I saw.
Like,
Speaking of which, I saw him at like a giant beach party that I think was sponsored by Cheez-Its. So it's just this big jacked man in like really, really tiny swim trunks
yeah.
eating Cheez-Its, and I was like, you know what? I love you, Braun Strowman.
Also, you don't eat those fucking Cheez-Its. So quickly too here, Buddy Murphy got some heat. He tweeted out a rapturous decree of freedom on his Twitter handle. It looks like he just went out and got like a stock photo of 2 wrists with shackles broken, and people kind of lost their shit about it because it kind of, inferred that he was a slave, and it's listen. Twitter's the Wild West, but when you have all those eyes on you, be a little more careful with what you put on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, and not to give him too much of an excuse, but he's from Australia.
Yeah.
He grew up in Australia, so he might not know as readily as us in America about that. I'm not trying to give him excuses, but like you said, it was also a stock photo. If you just Google image search freedom, it's like in the top. Yeah, it was the top of mine, so it's got to be in like your top 5, top 10, and it goes along with what his character has been.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it was just a little careless. I don't think there was any intentional harm on his part.
No, and you can tell too because he quickly apologized, was vehement about his apologies, and really took it to the next level by apologizing to people individualistically. And then he was able to take down the tweet and put it back up with 2 birds swiftly exiting a cage to fly into the great unknown, which we would know as freedom, baby.
Oh, it was birds flying from a cage. I thought it was birds flying from Matt Riddle's crotch.
Call, motherfucker. So, last but not least here, a little bit of sad news. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi is asking for help. Rikishi issued a call to the public to assist the San Francisco Bay Area police in finding the suspects who allegedly shot and killed his 16-year-old niece. Reports say that the Bay Area police are offering a $50,000 reward to anyone with information that could assist in the apprehension of the suspect. So, the boys here in the Jojitorium encourage you to go to Rikishi's Twitter, Instagram, everything, and just keep pushing his social media. Just share it.
Terrible luck for that. I mean, that family's had a lot of violent crime in the past. Just wrong place, wrong time, from what I can tell. And I have one more sad story that happened later this week. Shannon Spurl, who played Daphne in WCW and in TNA, passed away this week. A really disturbing death for wrestling. She was only 46, I believe, and was seen the night before she went missing on an Instagram Live saying, that she was depressed. Yeah. Had a small gun next to her, just saying she felt alone, yada, yada, yada. And at some point, I don't mean to yada, yada. I mean, it's all important.
Yes.
But at the end, a very important thing she said was that she was suffering from CTE and to send her brain to Boston.
Yes.
So it's tough. It's tough when it's suicide. It's tough when it's a woman.
Yeah.
It's tough when it's a young woman, relatively young. And just for all of our listeners, if you need help, suicide should never be the answer. I know, not to put our personal shit out there too much, me and Matt have both been in similar places at different points in our lives, and you just go get help. Go seek a therapist. Go talk to a friend. Even if you don't know us, talk to us.
Yeah.
Hit our DMs. I know some therapists you can talk to, but just never let it be this. This hit me real hard, and it's somebody I don't personally know. I just enjoyed her on TV.
The Scream Queen, man.
But just for somebody to go out in that tragic and that morbid of a way sucks, and nobody should have to go through that. So, again, if you're ever feeling that way, just reach out to a therapist, the suicide hotline. Mental health is a thing, and it's real, and it's okay to talk about now. I know there's a stigma in past generations that just suck it up and drink a beer or whatever, but it's a real thing, and if you need help, reach out.
Yeah, and just to echo that, you don't want to wrestle with mental health all by yourself. We are here.
No, it's okay to need help.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get over by yourself.
Yeah. It's you need people on your side. And Adam's right. We've both been in situations like that when we've gone out and gotten the help that we needed, and it's been beneficial for us. So if you need guidance on that, please feel free to get with us. We'll help you out. And if not, you can actually search out the suicide hotline on Google, and it gives you a multitude of numbers. And also here in the greater Pittsburgh area, the Resolve Crisis Network is available 24/7 through the Mercy Behavioral Health Program. So we are going to go into a break where we talk about something to trim up your nuts and a way to get your podcast online. Now, the reason why we say that is because you can go support them, and when you support them, you support us. And when you support us, we bring you cool stuff. And we got lots of cool stuff in the works for you guys. So we're going to see you on the other side. Take a second to listen and check them out. Thank you. I know what you're thinking right now. How do I get the downstairs hair care I need to impress my partner? Well, the boys have a little something for you.
That's right. You can take your grooming to the next level with the flagship of Smooth My Balls, the Turf Chopper 3.0. This pube-destroying trimmer uses stainless steel ceramic blade with micro-sized teeth to ensure you're covered by no-scrape technology.
Yep. No cuts, no nicks, no bumps, no hair pulls, and no mishaps. And when those pubes go a-flying, you can call in the backups, the Pube Muncher 1.0 and Sack Mat to ensure cleanup is a breeze. All these devices can be used in wet or dry conditions, and they're compact for easy travel storage and have fast charging technology.
Right now, our listeners can save 15% on their entire order by using our link, smoothmyballs.com/DWTB. That includes free shipping to the U.S.
That's right. So head on over to smoothmyballs.com/DWTB and tell them the boys sent you.
Welcome back. Hopefully you heard something that you like, because if you do, you can go support them. Because when you support them, you support us. And when you support us, we bring you some pretty cool stuff. So I threw out to the Twitterverse for a little showdown. On our last episode, we talked about high school dances, whether you liked them or not. Adam found a wife. I just got sweaty. So we asked you guys, did you love them? You never went to them? Or your mom made you go? 25% of you guys said you loved them. So that's good for you. 75% of you guys said that you never went to them, and I guess none of your moms cared enough to push you out the door with a bow tie on that you didn't want to wear, because 0 of you were made to go. I would say that I think Adam and I fall into the 75%. Maybe not never went to them, but just didn't like them.
Nobody wrote in French forever.
You want French forever? So we are in round 2. We have beers. Round 2 beers. Adam, what did you bring for us to have in round 2?
So for round 2, we got another beer that'll be featured prominently at Barrel and Flow. September 11th, again, just a reminder. Go back to the beginning if you need a full rundown. But yeah, great beer fest again. But we have Shop Talk from Revolution Brewing Company, and they collabed with 18th Street Brewing. So Revolution Brewing Company is a Chicago, Illinois brewery that makes incredible stouts. I haven't had much else from them until now. Shop Talk is a West Coast, 7% West Coast IPA. And then the brewery they collabed with is the black artist for this collaboration. It's 18th Street Brewery. It's a black-owned brewery, which black-owned breweries make up 1% of breweries in the U.S. And they're out of Hammond, Indiana. So
nice.
Little Midwest
Yeah.
brewery that got to work with one of the big boys in Chicago. That's a dream come true for me. That's really cool. And as far as this beer goes, it is, like I said, a West Coast classic IPA. It is hopped with Centennial, Amarillo, Chinook, and Cryo Simcoe hops.
Oh, yeah. And I can tell you right now, West Coast is one of my favorite beer styles. There's an episode we had quite a few ago where we were doing our Mount Rushmore of beer styles, and I think it was just like a race for number one between coffee stouts and West Coast IPAs. This West Coast IPA hits the spot. Super bitter, just the way you like it. A nice cut. That Cryo sings through.
Yes.
So delicious.
That Cryo Simcoe is mostly what I'm getting. I get the Centennial too, but it's
The Cryo, man.
so piney.
Yeah.
It's really good. Floral in aroma, but I don't get a lot of floral in the hop. Oh, well, now at the end, I'm kind of getting it. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Super dry, very light. The malt's not getting in the way of the hops on this one.
No. Color's on point, too. Aroma's punching the back of your nose. This is a West Coast that I wish was made all the time. It's awesome that it's a collab. It also sucks that it's only a collab, because if this was in cans, this would be in my fridge at all times.
It is in bottles.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure where you can find it right now, but
Maybe
I think
Tavor?
Tavor had it on.
Okay.
I don't know if they were doing like packages of a couple of the barrel and flow beers together. I know they did a really big package for people that couldn't make it to Pittsburgh, so they could enjoy some of the collab beers. Then they did a smaller, it's an 8-pack, but I think you get 4 different beers, 2 of each.
Okay.
Me and my wife got that one. It hasn't come in yet. But,
Nice.
Yeah, I'll share one
You're
with
wonderful.
you
Thank
sometime.
you. Thanks again, Adam, for bringing these beers in, and thanks again to Barrel and Flow for putting on a fantastic event. Again, get your tickets. The 10th, 11th, and 12th. VIP is worth it. There's going to be tons of cool stuff there. Possibly Killer Mike. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? There's a collab with Run the Jewels going on over there, so just check it out. It might be one of those Tony Khan twists. Killer Mike comes out and pop. Everyone will pop.
Yeah,
It'll be crazy.
get out there, get your tickets. Show the world that Pittsburgh can be the city that helps change this fucking world. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, just so you guys know, if you've been listening for 28 episodes now, this is the 20th episode or so on and so forth, whatever. I think we're in close to 30. We're a wrestling podcast, and we like to play Fantasy Booker from time to time. So, what I did is I dug back into the archives and found a Bleacher Report ranking the top 25 wrestlers of all time. I took a look at the top 10, and I want to mix it in, Adam, with 10 of our choosing and come up with a fantasy card that we would actually like to see in the Jojitorium Wrestling promotion, the JWP, the Super Card Showdown. So, off the rip, I'll tell you what the top 10 are from Bleacher Report. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, known to me as Mark Calloway.
Oh, Marky.
Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage, The Rock, Roddy Piper, Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and the Icon Sting. That is quite a top 10. Not to be disparaged, the other 15 wrestlers that did not make it could easily contend for the top 10, but for the sake of time and what we're trying to do here, I only took the top 10. So now, Adam, we have to pick 10 wrestlers that we like, that we want to bring into this. And I don't think we don't want to say that we don't want people that aren't indie, or it could be anybody. Okay. So, the way we could do this is we'll just go back and forth. You say one, I'll say one, and we'll go on and so forth. Sound okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. So, since you are a champion, I want to give you firsties.
Boy, are you being so nice to me.
You're such a champion. I can't help myself.
I'm going to go, and a lot of mine are going to be like new guys.
That's fine.
So we're doing like classics with super fresh guys.
Yes.
My number one to go on the list is MJF.
Okay. Wonderful pick. I'm going to go with Darby Allin.
Ah, so you're going the similar route.
Very much so.
Adam Hangman Page.
Oh, nice. I am going to go with Mr. Brody Lee. Rest in peace.
John Moxley.
See here. I'm going to go Adam Cole.
Ooh, thank you. So I didn't have to say two Adams. Malachi Black, then.
Wonderful. I'm spelling his name wrong on the computer.
That's fine.
Forgive me. Maka.
That's Tommy End.
No.
I fought him in Belgium. 2005.
You also
when my mask fit.
Forgive me for this one, but Matt Cardona.
I will forgive you for that one. That fucking blows.
He is such a good heel right now. He's pissing off the entire wrestling community.
There's one I should say, and then there's one I'm going to say.
Yeah.
CM Punk.
Okay. I was going to say, if you weren't going to say it, I was going to say it. And then last but not least, I got to think of somebody good here to round it out.
You weren't thinking of the other guy.
I wasn't thinking of the other guy. Oh, gosh. This is tough. This is the guy we're going to round it out with. God. I almost want to say Eddie Kingston just because I love him so much, but I'm not going to say that. Jay White.
Ooh, okay. I was going to go Kenny Omega, but I like Jay White better. That's the guy I didn't want to. I don't like, but I should have said. Fuck that.
Well, the thing is, This is for us, man. This is totally for us. So we have the top 10 from Bleacher Report, and we have our top 10 that we're picking to mix it up with. So like any good card, we're going to have an opening match. So the way I think this should work is we should be able to do it any way we want to. So if you want to take 2 from the top 10 from Bleacher Report or 2 from the top 10 from our wrestlers or however you want to do it, or if you want to make it like a 3-way dance, whatever you want it to be. So, Adam, looking at this list, who do you think should kick this match off?
Hulk Hogan.
Okay. So what a racist.
Versus Matt Cardona. And Darby Allin. Because hopefully Darby Allin and Matt Cardona combined will kill that fuck. And I know it'll just break his heart to be in the opening match.
It will. It would kill him inside.
I should have put freaking Nick Gage on this list.
Yes, because then it's like Hulk Hogan, Nick Gage, hardcore match.
Pizza cut. Cut that hot dog skin.
So my pitch to you to rival yours is I want to put the Undertaker.
Better put him against the right person.
Brody Lee.
Oh, that's a second good.
Yeah. 2 big
I was
guys.
thinking him versus Malachi.
That would be cool, but I think the styles clash so much, because that's the first thing that came to my mind. But the styles clash so much that you might not get what you want out of it. But I think Undertaker versus Brody Lee, 2 kind of hosses, have very similar skill sets. I think Brody Lee's faster than the Undertaker, but I think the Undertaker has more, this is weird to say, top rope ability. So it'd be a cool matchup. So out of these 2...
We'll take yours.
Okay.
Since mine was more of a joke.
Okay.
I just want to see Hulk Hogan die.
Yeah, we all do.
I will not be putting him in any of the other matches. Figured I'd use the opening match as my joke.
Trying to kill him early. So we have a tag team match here, which is going to be pretty cool because we have to like formulate tag team matches. So actually what I'm going to do here too, I'll take people out as we use them. So Brody Lee's gone and the Undertaker's gone. Okay. So then we can't double them up. So if we look back at all of our people now, I'll go first on this one since you went first on the other one. So I'm going to take Hangman Adam Page and Adam Cole, and I'm going to put them up against Roddy Piper and Sting.
Nope.
What do you got?
I'm going odd couples match.
Okay.
So I want Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, you already win.
Versus, I kind of like your second team though.
Yeah?
No, I want Hangman somewhere else too.
Okay.
Adam Cole though.
Okay.
And who would he not get along with? He's kind of a swarmy heel. Darby Allin.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Darby Allin.
Or
because you're winning this already.
Yeah. Because CM Punk and Darby Allin have like a good relationship.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So super heel versus super baby face right now.
So you're going to use Adam Cole and Darby?
Yep.
Okay. So you win that one off the rip because you chose HBK and Bret Hart, and that's like a whole tag team that would never happen. Those 2, if they could, they would kill each other.
I'm about to go on a run that you're gonna
that's okay.
Kill me for.
That's all right. That's what we do this, man.
Unless you take one of my guys.
I
got a great IC champ and a great Extreme Rules match.
Okay. So you're actually first on IC champ. So
cool. Ready to just not even pick.
Blow my mind.
Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hangman Adam Page.
Okay, you win. Yeah, that's
similar size, I would imagine,
wow.
And like similar athletic abilities. I think that would just be like a match for the ages. And literally my favorite guy on the top 10. Well, one of my favorite guys on the top 10 list against my favorite guy right now.
My pick for this was actually going to be The Rock and John Moxley.
Oh,
for the IC.
Yeah, just hold your horses on
John
Moxley. I'm about to blow your socks off with him in this Extreme Rules match.
So I actually get to go first in the Extreme Rules match. I'm not going to pick John Moxley because I kind of feel where you're coming from on this one. So for a hardcore match, I'm actually going to pick Malachi Black and Matt Cardona. Because Matt Cardona,
2 newbies. Okay, yeah.
So that was a cool matchup. Matt Cardona taking on Nick frickin' Gage, and that was a good match. And I think Malachi Black has the ability to go hardcore as fuck. So, what do you got?
Ready?
Yep.
Because just think of the promos and then the match resulting from this.
Okay.
John Moxley versus Roddy Piper.
You're really good at this. Oh my god, dude.
And all I could think for Roddy Piper, as far as Extreme Rules goes, is that match he had at WrestleMania with Goldust.
Oh,
where he hit him with the Cadillac.
Yep. You win. Holy crap, dude. Yes.
You're welcome.
Okay, so it boils down now. We have a championship match. A championship match here, buddy. And I think you're first on this one.
So I think I want to fatal four-way this, but I'm willing for you to whittle it down to just 2 of these guys.
You can do whatever you want. This is a card to end all cards.
We have Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
Versus The Rock.
Okay.
Versus CM Punk. Versus MJF.
Fantastic.
I would be willing to whittle that down to just Stone Cold versus CM Punk.
And that's what I was going to say. Yeah. But here's my pitch to you. I say triple threat match. You have Stone Cold Steve Austin. You have CM Punk. And you have... And it's in their primes, right?
Right.
Sting.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I was going to say don't throw The Rock in there because we already saw CM Punk Rock before.
Yeah, so CM Punk, Stone Cold, Sting. Because the other thing, too, for CM Punk...
Special guest referee, Ric Flair.
You want to go with that?
Now, though. Not in his prime.
So, you want to run with that one?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I feel bad leaving Rick out.
Oh, so it's just Sting and then old Ric Flair.
And then can I add another step?
Yeah.
Like every time there's a false finish, Hulk Hogan's on a dunk tank. He's in a dunk tank, but instead of water, it's like ghost pepper hot sauce, and he doesn't have goggles.
Nice.
So every time there's a false finish, he plops into the water.
Can I just add one more thing?
Yeah.
Like the Clockwork Orange, like eye-opening things.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we should put this on too. So we have a phenomenal card here. So Adam, we have to go through and we have to figure out who's winning these matches. Okay.
Oh no, I didn't know that was part of it.
Yeah, buddy. You thought we were just gonna make the card? We have to execute the card. So the first ever JWP Supercard opens up in the Jojitorium. Just imagine the brew space is bigger, of course.
Yep.
And it opens up.
Yeah, there's no high flying down here.
No, it's a lot of low flying. So we open up with the first match here. Undertaker versus the late, great Mr. Brody Lee. So 2 guys, big guys, that have similar skill sets. Brody Lee doesn't really rely so much on like choke slams and stuff like that. He actually has like a pretty strong like super kick. I think he does pretty good with that. And he's very character oriented, I think, to the point where he kind of rivals Undertaker's ability to work a crowd. So my stab at this is I'm going to say that Mr. Brody Lee actually defeats the Undertaker in a long match. We're talking about a good 15-minute match, but I think Brody Lee takes it with like kind of like an offensive flurry at the end, like lots of power slams leading up to like a good finish. He brings back something fun, like I don't know, like the Scorpion Death Drops, or like something, because he likes to pay homage to the people. So like something old school. Yeah. So I'll take Mr. Brody Lee by pinfall.
I won't disagree with that. Okay. I like that choice. I do want a big boot kickoff at some point in the match, though.
Yes.
Where they're just both throwing just big front kicks into each other's faces,
like going off the ropes.
Yeah.
Coming back. Yeah, I like that a lot too. So going into a match that you've created here, we have Bret Hart with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I'm going to say, can I say this though too? This is like a week after the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then
Vince McMahon still has the loogie in his hair.
Adam Cole and Darby Allin are teaming up on the other side of here. This is for a tag team championship. So Adam, this is your match. I'm going to let you take this one away.
I gotta say, since that Montreal Screwjob is so fresh, there's gonna be some dissension on the Bret Hart HBK match after like a 20-minute marathon of just high flying action and whatever Bret Hart does. Technical wrestling,
lots of going off the ropes, trying to get submissions.
But no, I think Adam Cole gets the pin for his team on HBK via super kick.
Perfect. Yeah. And I was hoping you'd say that because everyone says, well, not everyone, but a lot of people say that Adam Cole is like the modern day HBK, which I can't argue with. He has the same style, man. And it would be really cool if Adam Cole lined up in the corner and whispered, "I love you," before he hits him with it. So I agree with you 1,000%. So Adam Cole by pinfall.
Can it still be prime right after Screwjob Shawn Michaels, but can he be bald like he is now?
Oh, totally. This is like WWE.
He looks like a brutalized thumb now.
Yeah. Oh, he looks so bad.
He's so haggard.
Oh god. Yeah. I kind of bought into the head shave thing when he first started. Now he looks like he's that guy that you don't talk to at the bar. He's like, let me tell you about the time that I was in the war, and he was never in the war.
Yeah, because now he's like horseshoe bald, and he's not keeping up on the sides very well. Yeah,
Nope. He looks like he's going to start talking to himself a little bit.
Looks like he's going to start being the superintendent of the trailer park.
Super
He
Nintendo
looks like
Chalmers.
He looks like Leahy.
He really does.
Get a little drinky poo.
Get a little drinky poo. So we move on to the IC Championship with Macho Man Randy Savage taking on Hangman Adam Page. Now, I know you made this match, but I want to just take my shot at finishing this match, if you don't mind.
You better do it right.
I'm going to. Trust me, because I'm going to make you mad. I'm going to tell you right now that, first off, Macho Man Randy Savage is winning this match. Hands down. Now, the reason why he's going to win this match is because there's going to be outside interference.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Now you're making me mad.
Yeah. From Diamond Dallas Page. The infamous double cross where he took off the mask and it was Diamond Dallas Page just taking everybody out in the NWO. But he's going to take, so you're going to think he's there for the Macho Man, but he's going to turn to Hangman Adam Page and hit him with the fucking diamond cutter. Boom, baby. Macho Man Randy Savage wins by outside interference over Hangman Adam Page. So Adam Page doesn't lose clean, so he can still come back and wrestle. And, JWP card number 2 for the same championship, where he will take it back from the Macho Man Randy Savage, but the Macho Man's going to win it this time with a surprise entrance from DDP.
I think, like Vince Russo, you're overbooking this thing. I think Macho can just win it with the big elbow off the top.
Brawl for it all.
I think a long match here, but Macho Man takes it.
Okay.
So I'm happy with that. But why DDP's coming out? Can DDP come out in a DDP mask and then take it off?
Yes.
Like, remember in TNA, there's this infamous angle where I forget who he was attacking. Maybe Jeff Hardy. Or Kurt. I think it might have been Kurt Angle and Sting.
Makes sense.
And Sting sitting in the crowd wearing a Sting mask.
Oh yeah, it's Sting.
So he pulls off the Sting mask to just reveal Sting face paint. Same fucking thing. And it's a surprise attack. I was like, how is that?
It's funny that you say that because when you go back and look at it, it's the only significantly jacked person in the front row.
Oh, yeah.
It's like kids and then this huge guy.
It's like kid, soccer mom, 5 fat white guys, and then this jacked dude in a Sting mask.
It's Sting! Why would you pick him? Oh, gosh. So moving into the Extreme Rules match, we have Jon Moxley taking on Roddy Piper. Adam, this is all you, man. Because I feel like you have a plan for this one. I can see the twinkle in your eye for how this one's going to go.
You're wrong. I don't have a plan. I was just really thinking about the promos leading up to the match would be sick.
Absolutely.
I think you have to have Jon Moxley go over in violent fashion. Maybe like a, what's he freaking call his move now?
Oh,
the paradigm shift.
Paradigm shift, yeah.
Little paradigm shift. I want the New Japan version there, the Death Rider, where he gets overextended. And somehow we get that gold Cadillac back.
Yep.
And he Death Riders Roddy Piper through the windshield.
Yep.
That's the win.
You read my mind. Yes. So, Jon Moxley.
And then you cut to a shot of Ronda Rousey crying.
Perfect. I couldn't have written it better myself. Jon Moxley. Can we say Jon Moxley by like
by Death Cab for Cutie?
Yeah. I will follow you.
Death Cab for Roddy.
So I was gonna say like Roddy Piper quits. Like Jon Moxley.
It's just knockout.
Yeah. So like this is TKO.
TKO blood loss.
Yes.
Man, we should have threw Hulk in this match too.
I hate him so much that I don't even want him to get the spotlight in our made-up Extreme Rules match.
He's in the championship match in a tub of hot sauce.
Yes. So, speaking of that championship match, we have CM Punk versus Stone Cold versus Sting with old Ric Flair as a surprise guest. There's time machines here. There's all kinds of time machines. So, I think, is it on you? It's on me. It's on me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is like Ric Flair that goes to the NWA 73 event this weekend and just talks about all the great people in WWE the whole time.
The whole time. Billy Corgan must have been just like sitting up in the booth going like, dude, please talk. Like,
I love you, Vince McMahon.
yeah.
I can't quit you.
You gave me a chance when no one gave me a chance. Even though WCW put you over 16,000 different times. So, CM Punk, Stone Cold, and Sting, I think at this point, this is a long match. You have 3 guys that can really carry a match here. And what I want to see is, and this is this nostalgia in me, I want to see Stone Cold take this one. I feel that Stone Cold, if you put all these 3 together, I think Stone Cold was the most dominant champion of the 3. And I'm saying that because I feel like he had the ability, like he was the rattlesnake. He struck whenever he wanted to. And I think he and Ric Flair will have that like WWE love affair together, and Ric Flair hates Sting so much that he's going to interfere on Sting at least.
Oh my gosh, yes. We were thinking the same freaking thing.
Because
he turned on Sting like 4 times.
Like you don't see it coming. Oh, they're in the same promotion. I bet you Ric Flair punches Sting in the dick at least once. So I think what is going to happen here, you get that nice song and dance whenever you have like a 3-way dance, and you have to have 1v1 and somebody has to be taken out. I think chaos in the match is going back and forth, and everyone's kind of getting scrambling, trying to find offense. And Stone Cold and CM Punk are kind of like focusing on each other, and all of a sudden you hear the crowd just go, oh! And it's Sting getting crotch shotted by Ric Flair, and then subsequent like chair or something like, or he uses the title. He used the title belt to take Sting out in the back, and then just like drags him out of the ring, and that Sting's out. And I think CM Punk and Stone Cold go back and forth. And then the stunner just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. And then
like it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. CM Punk and Stone Cold go back and forth with false finishes every 2 minutes for 20 minutes. So Hogan's eyes are bleeding, and then
yes,
stunner to end it.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that's a wonderful card, I think, right there. So to go back, we have Brody Lee winning by pinfall over The Undertaker in the opening match. Adam Cole and Darby Allin winning by pinfall with a super kick to HBK with an I Love You. The IC Championship going the way of the Macho Man by pinfall. Pretty clean match, according to Adam. Extreme Rules match with Jon Moxley TKOing Roddy Piper by blood loss and an I Quit. And then the championship match with CM Punk, Stone Cold, and Sting with old school Ric Flair as the ref, with Stone Cold reigning supreme after Sting gets his dick knocked into his stomach by Ric Flair, and CM Punk eats the largest stunner known to modern history. If you guys think you could do better than us, please, by all means, just send us an email, decayingwtb@gmail.com, and let us know what you would have done differently, or if you would have made these matches turn out in a different way. But if you don't know and you just want to say how cool we are, you could do that too by following us at decayingwtb on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So, Adam, it's been a whirlwind for you. Okay. And as your friend, before you go into this, I just want to say how proud I am of you. I really, really am. This is not buddy. Like funny podcast stuff. I'm very, very proud of you. And I'm so happy.
He's about to call me names, everybody.
No, I would never call him names on the microphone.
Not while recording.
Not while recording. But thank you for allowing me to be a part of it, and thank you for working with me on this podcast. And I'm so happy that I could tell everybody how proud I am of you. So thanks, congratulations
buddy.
Again.
I really do appreciate that with all sincerity. And now with all sincerity, let's make another one and win another one.
Let's do it. And that leads us into what's on tap and where can you find us?
Yeah, so on tap right now, and I'm trying to get rid of it this Labor Day weekend. So if you're listening to this on Sunday, hit me up and come pick some up Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I'll be around the Jojitorium all day. Jason's Sleeping Bag, Marshmallow IPA. Got to get rid of it. Come steal some off of me and try it. And I also have the Brutal Kitty that needs to get wiped out. So those are both on tap and available right now, as well as the Jojonator Honey Double IPA. Because we are going to be bringing that back this year, but it'll be a new batch. And this one's only been on for like 3 weeks, so it's still super fresh. So come get some. As far as events, nothing much has changed. September 19th, Homebrew Chill at All Saints Brewing in Greensburg. Get your tickets now. And then November 6th, Drink the Cookie Table with Fueled by Hops at Spirit in Lawrenceville. I've been told the tickets are 70% of the way sold out, so get your tickets now. And join us for some great beers coming up.
Yeah, and if you want to find out what's happening with Adam down here in the Brew Lab in the Jojitorium, all you have to do is follow him at @bash_brew on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, and sometimes he goes on Twitter. You can also follow him.
I just read people's shit.
Yeah, he just reads people's shit and he sends it to me. It's great though. I know he's on there. And then you can follow him on Untapped. Don't forget to find out what's happening with the boys down here in the Jojitorium by following us at Dwtb on all social media. It's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please continue to send in your questions, comments, and whatevs. And seek out advice, dwtb@gmail.com. So from the Championship Arena, Brew Lab, to wherever you are listening to this, until next time, cheers.
Cheers.